Dude, this fight is huge for the division. It's huge for the trajectories of both of these guys' careers, bro. Hamzat's a guy that, I mean, just a year or 2 years ago was thought of as the biggest prospect in the sport, like the biggest uprising star, and obviously some things have halted his kind of like rise as he has beat big time guys in Usman and Burns, especially from going from he was like unranked to fighting like the number 3 welterweight, whatever it was. But injuries, sickness, whatever, visa, whatever it is, bro, it's been a disappointment to see him not be able to get out there and fight at least like twice a year. But look, dude, he's fighting a guy in Robert Whittaker who, in my opinion, is the toughest test for him in this weight class. And I couldn't be more excited for this one, bro. I go back and forth on it time and time again. And like, bro, you look at Whittaker's career, a guy who's had legendary career, former champ. Like, dude, he's fought everybody. And when you look at like who he's lost to, bro, he's only lost to the elite of the elite. And he's lost to Izzy twice. He lost to
Wonder Boy
Duplessis, who's obviously a champ. He lost to Wonder Boy at welterweight back in the day, and I think he had one other loss. He lost to Court McGee actually back in the day, early on
trivia
in the
fact.
UFC.
Didn't know that.
But I think his other two are like before the UFC or whatever, very early on in his career. But I look at the resume and I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't lose to anyone but like pretty much the elite. But the question is Khamzat Chimaev elite? And the more I think about it, I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev to come in here, put it on Robert in rounds 1, and get a stoppage in round 1 or 2 of this fight I'm saying via ground and pound TKO. Khamzat with the most impressive win of his career is able to get Rob down early, implement his game plan. This is how I look at this fight. If Khamzat can't get Robert out of there inside of 2 rounds, I think he's getting finished in the 4th round of this fight. So
that's where the 5-round factor I think plays a role. But yeah,
that's my official prediction. I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev via 2nd round TKO. Dude, check that. I'm going with Khamzat Chimaev via 1st round TKO.
Yeah, there you go. So a little ground and pound, you said, takes him down, and then, dude, that's just how this fight's gonna go, right? Like, as much everyone's talking about the anti-wrestling, everyone's talking about Yoel Romero couldn't get him down. That's been, him and Aldo, I feel like, are the names that always come up with this like amazing, anti-wrestling, but like, takedown defense, ability to get back up, all these things. Romero wasn't even, or he shot a couple times and I don't know.
But he was like that. He's like an Olympic wrestler, but he never wrestled. Like,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the Costa fight, I don't know if he shot like, or I don't know. That was a fucking fun fight. Just a couple of juice heads throwing down. But recently, like, he hasn't fought these like guys who have been implementing wrestling. He hasn't fought guys that are shooting. What he fought? He's fought Izzy, he fought Till, he fought Cannonier, he fought Gastelum, he fought Izzy again. And then what happened? DDP takes him down, not easily, but he got him down. So, and I don't think anyone saw that happening, and definitely no one saw the finish of that fight. Man, when I watched Robert Whittaker walk in there against Paulo Costa, that guy fucking just has some shit to him, doesn't he? He's just got that thing that makes us love fighters. He's just got that it factor, man. That face when he snarls up, when he gives the biggest beating of a lifetime to his left pec, and then you just see all those marks on him. It's pretty funny. The same thing with the Aliskerov, however you want to say it. Walking into that fight, I was watching with a couple of my buddies. I thought he was going to win anyway. But I was like, dude, this is a lock. Like, put this in fast. This guy is not losing. He's not losing. But I feel like with everyone, like, are you hearing many people say that Khamzat's going to dominate Whittaker? I'm seeing more the opposite. I'm seeing more, everyone wants to talk about all these narratives. 5-round fight, Khamzat's immune system. I mean, against Burns and Usman, he looks great in the first round, and then he begins to fade, and all these asterisks with Usman. Oh, he was coming up a weight class, 1 week's notice. He lost 2 in a row. He's old. Let me tell you something, dude. Throwing around Kamaru Usman a minute into the fight and already having Rogan, or I don't think it was whoever, DC, saying like, Usman's got to do something. He's got to move a minute into the fight. Like, we're at Kamaru Usman. We're acting like this guy is some scrub. And I mean, I don't know, man. I think everything that just shows you how good Khamzat is, right? If people need to come up with some, I'm like, dude, I don't care. It could be Usman on 5 minutes notice. It's fucking impressive.
Bro, did you see Usman talk about Khamzat the other day on his podcast?
I'm not sure what he said.
Dude, so Cejudo was basically like picking Whittaker and saying that Whittaker's gonna like weather the storm and then get him out of there. And Usman literally was like, dude, I'm just telling you, like, I've been in there with the guy, like, it's something different. Like he's like, I think he's gonna get Whittaker down and get him out of there. Like I'm just saying, when you've been in there with a guy, and a guy like Usman, he don't usually like to give credit to people. Like he knows that Chimaev, especially at least the first round or second round, like, I don't care what kind of wrestling you got, bro. I think Chimaev's like over in his weight class. I don't know if anyone's dealing with the wrestling and the just mauling for the first round. You know what I mean? You might be able to survive it, and then that's when you can eventually wear him out and put him out. But if it's a big if you can survive it.
Yeah, no, I literally right before we hopped on was just rewatching that fight. I didn't even finish it, but in the first round, dude, like I literally looked down, and I think there was almost exactly a minute in, and he had already taken him down. He was already controlling him, and like he's just hammering away. And like obviously it doesn't really come that close to being a stoppage, but it was like anytime you're flattened out, taking a couple shots, especially like from a guy like Chimaev, like DC, I think DC's like, he's like, oh, like Kamaru's got to do something here. Like he's got to, like, it was a minute into the fight. We've never seen anyone. When Leon took down Usman, like late in the first round in their second fight in whatever, 22, like there was like a standing ovation. Like nobody thought anyone could get Kamaru Usman down. I get the knees. I get the weight thing. But I still have to think that's super impressive. Even he threw a kick in like their first exchange. That guy just looks different, dude. And that's why we're talking about him this way. That's why we're almost not giving him credit for being a minus 600 favorite against Kamaru Usman. And then, beating him. It was a close fight. And then he breaks his hand and everyone's like, oh, well, it's like, well, I don't know. It's impressive to do that. I like to rant when I don't like to make a decision. I honestly have already changed my mind. I've continued to change my mind. It sucks that now I actually have to say something because I've just changed it again. I came on here ready to roll with Bobby Knuckles. Unfortunately, can't you just see Khamzat beating the fucking dog shit out of him? And after 3 minutes, kind of like like at what just happened. Like everyone has the similar like Ilya versus Ilya's reaction to Holloway versus Gaethje when you're just kind of like, what was that? Can you not see Khamzat doing that? I could think with all the hate this guy's getting, maybe we've forgotten what we thought he was in 2020. And we honestly don't have much reason to think that he's anything else. So I love Robert Whittaker. I would be so happy to be wrong in this one. But I got Khamzat Chimaev by first round stoppage. I agree with you. I want to be wrong so badly. If he starts stuffing the takedowns, I'm going to be jumping off my couch. I'm going to be losing my mind.
Oh, if he stuffs the takedowns early, dude. The thing is though, it's that like Khabib effect too, where it's like, what if he's so worried about the takedown that Khamzat just lands a Meerschaert right hand straight down the pipe and puts him out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting.
I agree with you, dude. Like people for like what he did to Meerschaert, I get it. It's Meerschaert, but like that's not the way fighting works at this level. You don't just have one punch. Do you remember how long it took Meerschaert to get up? Dude. Like I think it was 17 seconds to knockout. Took him a lot longer than 17 seconds to come back to consciousness. Like that guy's got power, man. Remember, and he dropped Burns with a jab. I mean, fucking take a shot if you've dropped Burns with a jab. Like, I mean, obviously everyone does that to him, but like the guy's, I don't know. I think we can maybe have forgotten who he is. And yeah, maybe he'll never reach that potential because of, things outside of the octagon, because of his immune system. I don't know. I would not want to get in there and fight him. Robert Whittaker, also another factor, very long camp. He's been getting ready for this fight for a very, very long time. It was supposed to be in the end of June. I think immediately he wanted to rebook it afterwards. I mean, he's the baddest man alive, dude. I can't. I'm so mad. I'm picking against Bobby Knuckles, but I feel like I have to. Again, it's one of the. I'll be happy either way because I'm right, or he wins, and I'll probably be
Yeah.
more happy about the latter.